104.9 Easy Rock. We are joined by Lights. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you. I'm in town. I'm doing a show, and I'm happy to be here.
You have a show tonight at the Myer Horowitz Theatre at the University of Alberta.
Yes.
Great. Congratulations on your new album, The Listening.
Thank you.
It sounds great. This is your first full-length record, is it not?
It is, yeah.
And how is recording a full-length album as compared to the EPs and the singles that you've done in the past?
It's, it's kind of the same deal where with the EP, it was just really organic and it flowed. And whenever I had inspiration or had some time to write, I would lay down some songs and pick the best 6 for the EP from the previous year. And with the record, same sort of deal. Best 12 songs that I wrote over the 2 years that I was working on it. And
2 years you worked on this album?
Yeah, I mean, well, the EP came out about a year before it. But a little over a year before it, but a couple of the songs from the EP went on, so I count that year, you know, because some of the songs were written in that time, and it was just organic and really natural, and when I felt like I had the right amount of songs there, that's when I made plans to put the record out. It wasn't the other way around.
So no pressure, it just happened.
Totally.
That's a nice way to be able to do it.
Especially as an artist, you don't want to feel rushed, you don't want to feel like you're forcing any of it, because then it's a little bit feigned, and you're not being as honest as you could be.
Right. Neat new video for Ice, which you can find on MySpace.
Yes.
You just type in Lights and you'll find it. Almost a cross between, well, you're doing a little bit of kung fu moves in there, I noticed.
Muay Thai. Very good eye, though. I actually did some training for the video.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 months of Muay Thai training for the video, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's worth checking out because it was a total blast to make. I channeled one of my favorite video games, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. There's like energy plasma fights, and I actually auditioned in a body double girl that looks like me.
Oh.
It's not me that I'm fighting, it's my evil alter ego, and she's actually a body double.
I was wondering about that. Kind of had that Harry Potter feel almost to it.
A little bit of that magical, sort of fantastical fantasy world that I'm always losing myself in anyways.
Fun. Do you have a lot of input into your videos?
Definitely. I always come up with the initial treatments, and it's just a matter of finding someone who can interpret them the best. That's what happened with the first 2, Drive My Soul and February Air. I knew what I wanted to see, and Sean Michael Terrell, the director, put it to life. With these ones, this is actually, the Ice video is a sequel to Savior, which is my last video. And I had these concepts for the videos laid out, and one of which was a huge fight scene. And I just had to find someone who was going to bring more life to it, and Robo Shobo, who directed it, killed it. Just amazing.
Well, you have lived all over the world, Lights. You have just an amazing wealth of experience for one so young. How does that experience help you now? Does it factor into how you make your music, how you write your songs and your styles?
There's a couple of ways that it really influenced me, one of which is the fact that I moved around so much. It really set me up for the career I have, and that I don't stay in one place more than, you know, a couple months or even a day, you know. Living out of a suitcase, I grew up that way, so very set up for that, this kind of career in that way. And then as far as like cultural music of the place I used to live, it doesn't really influence me immediately, but it's more the idea that my approach on life and the way I write songs, you know, so much poverty in those countries, and make your own happiness, and you can work with what you have. You don't have to have the best gear to make the sounds that you want and to achieve the things that you need. And that's what I do. I remember when I first started recording, I had this little 8-track, and I didn't have any synths or anything, but I learned how to manipulate the guitar sounds and the piano that I had to get the sounds that I wanted. You know?
So use what you got.
Exactly. Like that's the way we rolled when we lived in the Philippines and stuff. So
right. As a young woman in the music industry, you have a lot of young followers of your music. In fact, I've talked to several moms on our radio station on Easy Rock who were delighted to win tickets to the show or buy tickets to the show and take their daughters with them. So that was a really, really big thing for them. So your teenage fan base and your younger fan base is really, really strong. How do you handle that young, impressionable audience? Do you feel that you have a responsibility in your message, in your image, with respect to a younger audience?
I don't write or market myself specifically for a younger audience. If they find my music and enjoy it, then that's awesome. And that being said, it is a duty for anyone that's in the limelight to make sure that they're conveying the right image for themselves, that they're conveying the right thing, and making smart decisions, because you are influencing people. So you just have to watch out what you're doing a lot more closely. And just be aware that you are being watched. And
in this world of multimedia, it seems to be so much more important these days. There are
absolutely.
a lot of
ways people can watch you.
Yes, that's for sure. So you're on tour right now, BC. You're now here in Alberta. And what's next?
A lot more touring. Basically, this tour ends about December 12th, I think, and then we're going back out January 20th for a couple months with Owl City next year. So that's going to be a blast. We're going to go over to mainland Europe, and in the meantime, I'm going to start working on a new record.
Great. There's never a dull moment.
Never
in your
a dull moment.
So we look forward to your show tonight, Lights, here in Edmonton at the Myer Horowitz Theatre at the University of Alberta. 7:30 start.
I think that sounds about right.
Tickets available through Live Nation. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.